Congratulations on making it this far in your research project. Right now we are going to go over some effective searching techniques so that you can find what you need and not use just the information that finds you. So first off, you need to know your question, and in this particular project you've already determined an area of research by following the following format. Cells are of critical importance to all life. Choices I make can impact the health and function of the cells and systems in my body. I have wondered about how smoking can damage the body's cells and impact the systems within my body. For the sake of this tutorial, we are going to research the impact of smoking on health. However, you've all selected your own question to research, so you might be replacing smoking with sun exposure, poor diet, high sugar diet, lack of exercise, drug use, alcohol. Whatever your question is, that's what you're going to be researching, but we will go through this tutorial like we are researching smoking and our health. So the first thing you need to think a little bit about are the types of information that you think might be the most useful to you, and that type of information is what you're going to go looking for. So do you want to find certain file types? Perhaps you think looking at some people's PowerPoint files would be helpful, or document files, research papers, articles, videos, pictures. Think a little bit about what you think you might want to look at. YouTube can be a great place to get information. How will you find information on YouTube? Also, how can Google help you instead of drown you in results? Some of these techniques I'm going to show you can help narrow your results down enough so that you're not wading through endless pages of search results. To get started, you need to identify your keywords. So what words do you want to include in your search, and what words do you want to exclude in your search? Remember, for the sake of this tutorial, we're looking at smoking and health. So I want all of you at some point to develop a chart like this one, where you have a column for must include, another one for might include, and a third one for must exclude. And for this sample, words that I want to include, words I'm looking for, might be smoking, cancers, health, heart attacks, strokes, sense of taste, and aging. Those are words that come to mind because I've heard smoking can cause cancer. I think it might cause heart attacks, I'm not sure, but I'd like to look at that, and strokes. I've also heard people complain about the sense of taste changing when they quit smoking, and I kind of wonder how smoking impacts that particular sense in our body. And also, smoking ages me, or ages us, I think. I'd like to look a little bit at that. Not that I'm going to use all this information, but that's what I'm going to start searching for. I also might want to include words like tobacco and nicotine because they're similar to smoking, and I might not find the results I want using smoking, so I might need to replace some of those words like tobacco and nicotine. Other cancers I might want to include: lung cancer, throat cancer, lip cancer, so brainstorm these things. Maybe grab a buddy and brainstorm if you're both kind of doing the same question. Also, words you want to exclude from your search. In this particular example, I'm not interested in cigars or pipes. I'm just more interested in cigarette smokes or smoking in general. So I'm going to exclude those just to not confuse my results. Once we know our keywords, we're going to create a query. And you do this by using the plus sign, the minus sign, and quotation marks, as well as Boolean search terms. So the plus sign, to search for cancer and lung, you would need to type cancer space plus lung. That's going to bring back any results out there that have cancer and lung on the page together, okay? So if I wanted to search for cancer and smoking, I would do the exact same thing, cancer plus, and then smoking would go there. The minus sign, if I want to search for cancer but not brain cancer, I would type it cancer space minus brain. So I'm searching for cancer, but I don't want anything to come back that has to do with brain cancer. If I have a particular phrase that I want to search for, I need to put that in quotations. If I don't put lung cancer in quotations, I will get websites that have lung in the first paragraph and cancer in the 10th paragraph. If I want websites that have lung cancer together as a phrase, I need to put that into quotations. And I can even narrow my results a little bit further by putting lung cancer in quotations plus smoking. So that's going to narrow my search results even more. Boolean operators You can use those with your keywords similar to the plus and minus sign and quotations to narrow your search results. The Boolean words include and, or, and not. And if you are going to use Booleans, you need to make sure that you always type them in capital letters and have a space on each side of the word. Now we're going to pop over to Google in a moment and practice using the plus, minus, and quotes and some of the Boolean operators. But to just clarify, if you're using the word and, you're looking for sites that contain both words. So if you type cancer and smoking, this works the same as the plus sign. Both words are going to appear in your results. If you use the word or, you would be searching for both words at the same time. So looking for smoking or cigarettes. Either word will appear in your results. If you use the word not and you place it before a keyword, it tells the engine not to include it. And sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. So I would say that it's probably best to use the minus sign instead. And in this case, you might be looking for cancer, space, not lung. Okay, so that would not bring any results back regarding lung cancer. It's practice time. So I want you to pause this tutorial and practice the search techniques using your research topic. Create a table with some of keywords that you might use, some that you want to exclude, and the words that you know for sure you want to include. And then practice creating some query strings using the Booleans or the plus and minus signs and quotations to practice narrowing your search down in Google. See what happens. I'm going to pop over to Google and show you a few. So here I am at Google. If I just type in cancer, I get 671 million results. But if I type in cancer and lung, I get 83 million results. If I type in smoking, I get 452 million results. I'd also like to point out that the results that are in this slightly shaded box that have the word ad, that means somebody's paid to put that ad there. Sometimes those websites are trying to sell you a product, so just keep that in mind if you go to them. Not saying that those sites can't be useful to you, but you just need to know that they paid to put the ad there. Maybe I want to do smoking and health. Now I have 273 million results. I've got bodyandhealth.canada.com, so the health effects of smoking. This might be a good place for me to start. Smoking, tips for quitting, health effects, secondhand smoke. Okay. Let's say I want to look for smoking. And I better put lung cancer in quotations. Lung cancer. I now have 7 million results. Okay. Again, over here we've got an ad, and you can see the little word ad tells you that somebody's paid to put that there. We can use Boolean, smoking and lung cancer. 7 million results. So this is something you can play around it, and you will likely never get the same results twice. So it's really trial and error. Remember to write down what you're doing, how you're getting there, why you're doing it, the information that you find, so that you have some information for your research paper that is a requirement of this unit of study. I am going to stop the tutorial here. I want you to come to Google and do some practicing with your own keywords, and then join up with me again in part 2 of the tutorial.